What's up guys, I'm Hubsmash, and in this video we're going to take a look at which heroes would be best for you to pick up for your personal hero roster in offense. This is the first video of a series that I'll be doing for Season 2, so if you like it, you should consider subscribing so you get the updates. Before going into it, I just want to mention that this is my personal opinion on the heroes that are most viable in almost any situation. This does not mean they're overpowered, and it also doesn't necessarily mean that the other heroes in the category are bad. This is based on my personal experience in Overwatch competitive solo queue in Season number 2 as a Diamond tier flex player. And as you all know, the game's played different at different tiers, and some heroes that are very strong at lower ranks might not be quite as strong at higher ranks. Something like Bastion comes to mind. Finally, all hero stats are sourced from the Overwatch wiki over at Gamepedia.com, and I'll put a link in the description. So first and foremost, we're going to start with McCree. It needs to be said that you have to be able to hit your shots. And I don't mean every single shot. You're going to miss, obviously, but you want to be proficient at aiming. Otherwise, you're better off playing something a bit more forgiving in that respect and leave the McCree role to people who have spent the time to practice and can hit their targets reasonably well. At higher skill ranks, a good McCree can make some pretty ridiculous shots, so be aware of that when you're facing a McCree as well. At medium range, he can wreak havoc on pretty much anything if he isn't dealt with. On top of that, his kit's pretty useful. He's got the combat roll to dodge things in addition to getting just the quick reload out of it, but his flashbang is what really sets him apart as an anti-flanker. He can use it to interrupt a Reaper ult, he can bring down a Reinhardt shield by throwing it over top, or he could do something as simple as just pinning down a Genji or a Tracer who's harassing the backline. Then we've got Fan the Hammer. It was nerfed from its former glory, but it's still a great tool to use when you can land the majority of the shots. It does 270 damage in 2/3 of a second, providing the target's closer than 18 meters and all shots hit. Personally, I find it helpful to think of this ability as a shotgun. However, it's important to note that 2 headshots from his primary fire at 20 meters or less will do more damage. So this is a situational ability that I find most useful for larger targets that are fairly close, and I recommend hitting the practice range to learning how to control the recoil a bit with a slow down pull on the mouse while Fan the Hammer's firing off. Finally, we've got Deadeye, his ultimate, and it can be pretty strong, but at higher ranks I find it's more useful as an area control type thing, much like the way D.Va, Mei, and Hanzo do with their ultimates. If it's comboed with other ults, or you manage to pull off a nice flank, it can devastate an enemy team though. Note that the longer Deadeye is cast, the more damage it does on its targets, so higher HP targets will take longer for it to narrow down than low HP targets. If you can get your aim on point and figure out your positioning, as well as garner a little bit of support from your team, McCree can do wonders for you. Next, we're going to talk about Reaper. He's another great pick in almost any scenario. He's good on attack and defense. He's also great on King of the Hill. A lot of this is because he's pretty self-sufficient. In solo queue, Reaper doesn't need to rely on his team all that much to do his job, and this makes him a pretty solid pick, especially for people who are newer to the game. As opposed to McCree, who requires excellent aim, positioning, and support from his team to really perform. Most of his job revolves around flanking and using his shadow step or surprising enemies by being right in their face as they round a corner. However, he can also be a great addition to the front line, basically ensuring nobody can come close to Reinhardt's shield. He's also got a self-heal that through his globes that he doesn't require amazing aim to do well. His shotguns and the size of the targets that you're going to be shooting at his effective range, which is less than 11 meters, as well as the way that the pellets spread out as well. So you're going to be hitting your targets pretty easily with him. Using his shadow step ability to get in positions behind the enemy can be hugely advantageous. Though it's worth remembering that a perceptive enemy can and will hear you. Not only do you announce your presence as you teleport, but if I had to guess, your boots are also made out of metal. Seriously, Reaper has some loud kicks. Death Blossom can be absolutely devastating to an unsuspecting team, but can also be used to clear the area. Get it? Anyway, overall, Reaper is a solid DPS addition to any lineup. His ability to shred tanks is especially viable in this double or triple tank meta in Season 2. Finally, we've got an honorable mention with Tracer, specifically on King of the Hill and her carry ability on attack or payload assault maps. She's a pretty fantastic hero, but I feel like her usage can leave a team wanting in some scenarios. So I think on King of the Hill maps, she's absolutely stellar and does pretty well on the attack side of payload or assault maps. Also, she's got a pretty hefty skill cap, and a great Tracer can literally run circles around the enemy team, causing confusion and mayhem. Not only that, but if she harasses the support enough, it can put them on tilt and cause them to get frustrated and lose focus on what they're doing, maybe rage at their team, that kind of thing. I don't think she has any hard counters, but many heroes have a way to deal with her in different ways. So playing her as the hit and run DPS that she is can sometimes feel underwhelming for both you and your team if the people that can deal with you do it effectively. I just want to reiterate that even though I picked these two heroes and the honorable mention of Tracer, as I said earlier, it doesn't even mean that the other people are bad picks. All it means is that their usage might require more variables or perhaps a specific type of enemy team or friendly team comp. So definitely, if you're playing these other heroes, don't take this as a, end-all be-all. This is just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I'm interested in hearing what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comments. Do you think that McCree and Reaper are the, most prominent offense heroes right now? Or do you have a different opinion? I know Genji can be pretty strong in some situations, and even Pharah with a Pocket Mercy, these kind of things. But like I said, I think that those situations are somewhat variable, and you can't necessarily pull that off every match. Let me know what you think. I'd appreciate it very much. If you like this video, click that like button. It really helps with the channel. And if you want to see more stuff on Overwatch, consider subscribing. Thanks so much, guys, and take care.